You got the view of the three Bushmen, known as the Devil's Knuckles. And check it out, if I zoom out, it's so stunning. So now the sun is coming out. Can you see, like, it's looking a bit brighter. You can even see on top, the sun is shining there. So it's also shining at the bottom. I'm so glad we got to capture this. So how tiny the group is compared to the mountains. If you zoom into them, can you see them? There, there. And look how massive the mountains are. It just makes you realize how small we really are. Look at the view from this cave. It looks like a cinema screen. Everywhere you look, there's just views, views, views. Guys, so what do you think about this hike?
It's incredible. Look at this.
Hard to get here, but worth getting
It's
here.
hard to get here, but so worth it.
And was it worth traversing across the Knuckles?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Would you have preferred to not traverse and take a shortcut?
No.
We needed to earn the right to be here this morning.
We did yesterday, but not now anymore.
Okay.
Absolutely stunning.
And what's the highlight of the hike for you guys?
So far for me, it's been the starry night last night.
Yes.
Looking at the stars through the hole in the cave's roof. And this morning, looking at this reflection of this three knuckles on this lake.
Yeah.
And the sunrise.
And the sunrise.
The sunrise, eh?
Definitely.
There's so many. The views, the sunrise.
And the views from the mountains when you're hiking is absolutely amazing.
It's
You don't realize how high you actually go.
Yeah, it's almost like we're spoiled for choice. It's really
Yeah,
really
It's
definitely.
quite incredible.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Thank you. Good morning from Bushmans Nek Resort. I stayed here last night before my hike. So today we're going to explore Lesotho. We're going to go on the mountain range, traverse across. And yeah, we're going to explore Sehlabathebe, which is Lesotho's oldest and most remote national park. So many of you thought I'm in a central berg, probably thought I'm at Cayley Lodge because of this swing. But this is actually the southern Drakensberg. So to explore Sehlabathebe, there's many ways, and it can take you up from 2 to 4 days depending on the route. We're doing it over 3 days. Let me show you these cool pools, right? At Bushmans Nek Resort. It's like these rock pools, and there's a slide. And over here, where the cover is the heated pool. Here's a golf course, and the nice thing about this place is that they have quite good deals, and it's quite close to Bushmans Nek, where we start the hike. You can also book in at Silverstream, that's even closer, but this is just a bit more luxurious, so I decided to spoil myself. So prior to my journey in wild camping, I used to think a definition of a weekend away in the berg, just staying at like a nice chalet or hotel and just admiring the views. I didn't even know people used to go up there. Now that I know better, I realized what I was missing out on. Like both, don't get me wrong, both are really nice. Like it's really nice to have luxury. That's why I'm starting my night out over here. But now I know the real, true, majestic Drakensberg experience is actually wild camping and experience the mountains for what it is. And I hope one day you can as well. So I want to show you where we start the hike. We started from Bushmans Nek. Now, if you put Bushmans Nek on Google Maps, it's going to take you to Bushmans Nek Pass, I think from Eastern Cape side. So on Google Maps, it's just known as Izimvelo, which is quite weird because Izimvelo has like over 60 nature reserves. So another way on how to find this place is if you tell people to put in Silverstream Caravan Park, because it's over there. So it's directly opposite Silverstream, and this is basically the end of the road, because if you continue driving over there, that's where the border post is to Lesotho. That border post is not a car border post. There's only 2 pedestrian border posts in the country. That's one of it. So where we park our car, you can see in here, and they lock the gate. So it's pretty safe. The police station is there because of the border control. There hasn't been any incidents before. So because we're hiking into Lesotho and there's a border control over here, the most common question I get asked is a passport. Well, let's put things into perspective, right? Most of the Drakensberg is actually in Lesotho. What we see is just the what do you call it? like we see the mountains, but once you're on top of the mountains, you're in Lesotho, because Lesotho is the highest, lowest country in the world. Sounds like an oxymoron, but what that means is that the entire country of Lesotho is above 1,400 meters. So a lot of times when we're hiking in the Drakensberg, when we're going up passes, technically we enter Lesotho. There is no official border control. However, it's always strongly recommended to carry a passport in case there's military patrolling or anything of that sort. So over here there is a border control from the South African side, but there's no border control in the Lesotho side. But rather be safe than sorry. I spoke to one of the officers here. They said they usually ask the Basothos who are coming down for their passports, not so much the South Africans, but once you know, as I said again, always better to be on the safe side and carry a form of ID, passport, definitely, because if you come across military patrolling, then you might be in trouble. The side of the Bushman Nek sign, it says Underberg 39 kilometers. It's mainly a dirt road, but quite doable with a normal car. If it's wet, you just gotta be extra cautious. So that's the nice thing about, you know, using a guide, because I specify the road conditions. I tell people how to get here, what to put in, because if you put in Bushmans Nek, it's not going to take you over here. So, you know, we take care of everything. Now going up Thomathu Pass, the Thomathu Cave, about 7 kilometers with 600 meter elevation gain. So yes, first day quite steep. Oh, cool break, 2 kilometers in. Seems like it's little, but a lot of elevation. Well done, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to explain the pace you should be keeping when you're hiking. So we follow the Naismith ruling, which states that 1 kilometer walked flat should take you 12 minutes. If you have a pack like I do, then you add another 10 minutes. That's 22 minutes. And for every 100 meters of elevation gain, add another 10 minutes. This hike, the first kilometer, was fairly flat, but we had a heavy backpack, so that's 22 minutes it should take us. The next 6 kilometers has 600 meter elevation gain, so that should take us 32 minutes. So it should take us basically around 3 hours 22 minutes in total without the breaks. So before embarking on a hike, see if you can stick to that pace. You can practice at your local trails, do a park run with a heavy backpack on trail, and slowly work your way up to something more difficult with the elevation. We got to our cave in good timing. Made it according to Naismith's rule. Here's our photographer Michael over there. And let me show you where the cave, where we're sleeping on day 1 on this particular hike. See that cave there? It's an overhang. That is Thomathu Cave. You can just zoom in to the ladies. It has like maybe 3 to 4 nice sleeping areas. Because the weather's good, we're not going to be using our tents. Then tomorrow, but we carry tents just in case, you never know. Tomorrow we're going to continue up this pass, Thomathu Pass, and then go towards the Devil's Knuckles and do our second pass. Oh, here's the photographer going with his tripod. Back to the cave. I'll show you more. I'll give you a tour of the cave once I'm there. I'm going to show you Tarn Cave. So as you enter, this is the best sleeping area. You can just put like a ground sheet down in your sleeping bags. You can easily fit like 5 people over here, comfy, nice and snug. And then there's other sleeping areas as well in the cave. Where the tripod is, you can pitch a tent just behind it. You see over here, you can pitch a tent, or you can just sleep on the floor with your sleeping bag, mattress. Should be fine. So over here, once again, you can fit like 3-4 people snug. Just bear in mind that caves are regulated to 12 people. Over here, if you clear it up a bit, you can fit 1 or 2 people. Show you where I'm staying tonight. I always give the clients the best option, which is the first one that you saw. So here's my little spot. Can easily sleep 2 people over here, maybe even more, but it's nice and flat over here. So I carried a tent. Not really using it, but I use the ground sheet to put as a base. Then I have my mattress and sleeping bag and pillow. Cool view, hey? Let me zoom out. Wow, now you can see it's a cave. Well, overhang cave. Then, let me show you kind of the last spot. There are some other few spots, but these are like the main ones that I'm showing you. So, oh yeah, this is... So as remember I was telling you, you can do this, you can go to Sehlabathebe either 2 days or even 4 days. We're on the 3-day one. So when you watch the video, there might be some parts like that you might not see on this one depending on the route that you take, right? So when we do it via Thomathu cave, which is here, we do it over 3 days. There's another spot here. This one here, if your tent's a bit high, it might be difficult to pitch because the ceiling's quite low. You can fit 3-4 people over here. It's very comfy because it blocks all the elements. Yeah. Nice chill spot. Today was like around 7.5K, 600 meter elevation. And probably the toughest day if you consider distance versus elevation, because those 7.5Ks are all quite tough. And then yeah, nice views. Good morning from Thomathu cave. It's like 15 minutes more for sunrise. We generally wake up at night so that we can start walking a bit early to get the sunrise as we walk. Everyone's just admiring the view. It's almost golden hour. Our primitive women and men slept in caves last night. Cavemen and women. The most comfiest place, and we just got to see a bit of the sunrise. Cool rock formation. Most of the rock formation in Drakensberg is basalt rock, meaning from volcanic eruption. And Sehlabathebe in particular is known for its cool rock formations. You can see our cave where my stick is pointing. That's where we were. If you look straight ahead in that hole, that's Goat's Cave. You'll find out why. Launching off from Thomathu Pass, that's Tarn and Wana. And we're gonna head to Goat's Cave. Just walking past Goat's Cave, it's in that gap over there. We're going to link up to Devil's Knuckle Traverse, so we're just sticking on the path, as you can see. So we walked around Goat's Cave. That means we didn't have to climb up the mountains and drop, we just went around. And now we're going to go start the Devil's Knuckle soon. Taking a small break on the Devil's Knuckle Traverse. The tripod out and a professional photographer. You can see the views from here. If you look straight ahead, you can see 2 tarns. There you go. Yeah, got the pool. And yeah, you can still see Taba. Devil's Knuckles. So every day we're doing a pass on this particular hike. You can call it the 3-day pass. Yesterday was Thomathu, today is Devil's Knuckle, tomorrow is Tarn. So, welcome to the Devil's Knuckles. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. From here it looks like the middle one's the tallest, but the southern one, which is the one to the left, is actually taller. So tallest, middle is middle, and then this one, oh wow, from here this one even looks taller than the middle one, but this one here is just below 3,000. It's all about perspective. Earlier we were that side, so that side looked taller, and then when we were at the middle one looked taller, but now we're on the south side and the southern one looks taller, and this is the tallest one. Check it out, Devil's Knuckles. Devil's Knuckles, here's the fence for South Africa and Lesotho, not much of a fence left. And then if I turn around, you can actually see the old Sehlabathebe lodge called Jonathan Lodge, named after the second king of Lesotho. we're going to be heading towards there. Here you can actually see the south knuckle is the tallest one once you're in Lesotho. So everyone's standing next to the fence. I don't know if they're somewhere in South Africa, somewhere in Lesotho, on the borderline, 1 foot each. Okay. This puts things into perspective the right way. You can actually see this is the tallest and the most topographic prominent because of the gap from the peak to the bottom. The entire Drakensberg. It's a cool sign of the Sehlabathebe lily. Basically, this Sehlabathebe lily, it's endemic to this region. So if you read the sign, high altitude rock pools are home to the Sehlabathebe lily, which is found nowhere else in the world. It's also a threatened plant. So the beautiful thing about this plant is it's like a white lily, and if you come during the right time, I think from spring they start to blossom. So on the tarns, which is basically like a rock pool, but there's no river connecting it over here. So in summer it's much bigger because of the rain, and then you see all these beautiful white lilies. And I mean, just look at the view of the Devil's Knuckles. It's such a beautiful place. And you can walk here. Well, we did from South Africa to Lesotho, and we're going to hike back to South Africa tomorrow. You can do like a mini loop. To the right is some cool rock arches. To the left is the water lily. You know by now, from the time we finished the Devil's Knuckles, when we crossed over to Lesotho, we then entered Sehlabathebe, which is Lesotho's oldest and most remote national park. I've been here on public holidays, long weekends, and never have I ever seen anyone on this 3-day hike over here. They have these really cool signs if you do the mini loop. We already saw the lily. I'm going to show them some rock arches as well. This is the resting point. This is where we're going to be sleeping. This cave is seasonal. It's known as Irish Cave. If you come in summer, you have to go knee deep to cross over. So that's why I say it's seasonal, because now we can just walk along the rocks and we'll be inside. And I'll show you the views once we get over here onto the edge of the Tarn, and I'll show you as we enter. Now you can see the overhang. It actually has like a hole in the middle. So we're going to be doing some star photography, which is ideal because while we're camping you can see the stars. Set up your tripod, don't need to exit the cave. And okay, let me show you the inside of this cave. So it's known as Irish Cave as well because of the green that you see over here. So maybe you can sleep like 8 people. Can put a tent up if you want as well. And remember the hole I was telling you about? Here it is here. So this is where we're going to do the stargazing through this hole. And then when you come out, you'll be able to see the Devil's Knuckles and the Tarn. So we decided, since we carry the tents, we might as well use it. And I mean, it's quite an exposed cave, so at least it provides some warmth. We were going to stay at Tarn Cave, but we decided to stay here at Irish Cave instead. It can accommodate tents better than Tarn Cave, and I just feel like it's a bit cleaner than Tarn Cave. And I mean, now we're in the heart of Sehlabathebe, and Sehlabathebe, what it's very famous for is the tarns and rock formations and Devil's Knuckles. So from this cave we have it all. The Busuttu Kraal. Before Sehlabathebe was a national park, the locals used to live here and herd the sheep. So they used to build these cool shelters with rocks to block the wind. And they should keep the sheep over here. So it's like a gate, like a fence. Cool, eh? More of the Busuttu Kraals. Let's see what's inside here. Maybe place for them to sleep. You see? There you go. It's one of many cool rock formations. Wow. Check it out, guys. Such a beautiful, stunning place. And that's why we call ourselves Hidden Gems South Africa, because, I mean, this is Lesotho, but we walked into South Africa. Everyone knows Afriski, Sani Pass, all your mainstream, popular, trending places. But honestly, if you go off the beaten path, away from the crowds, this is where you can experience such beautiful places and you can have it all to yourself. Let's see what the sign says. Kepising this way. Okay, so that's the old lodge. They call it Jonathan Lodge, named after King Jonathan of Sehlabathebe of Lesotho, the second king. He used to enjoy trout fishing, so that's why he built the dam. Then they turned it into a lodge. It's no more in operation. 2018, a new lodge got built, like 9 k's in, more by the pedestrian, by the roadside. But even that, unfortunately, is not in operation. So yeah, just come here and wild camp. Experience nature as it's supposed to be. Sign saying, warning, may be slippery, please tread carefully. I'm not sure if this is kept saying. Let's have a look. Next to the lodge there's like a dam. Next to the dam is a campsite. So if you have a big group, you can camp over there. Just make sure to contact Sehlabathebe to tell them you are coming. Such a beautiful hidden gem. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we are the only qualified guides who lead trips on this route over here. Many people all want to go to Tugela Falls, which is beautiful, but that's like known and popular. It doesn't mean because something isn't known, it's not beautiful. I mean, this is stunning. You got the most prominent peak in the Berg and such cool rock formation. I'm sure in due time more operators will offer this. I'm sure they're watching this video right now. So yeah, I hope more people can come here and experience the beauty of the southern Drakensberg. Usually people want to go to the northern Drakensberg. It's more closer to Johannesburg. This side's more closer to Durban. But once again, it's Saturday, weekend, no one's here. Just my group. It's almost sunrise at Sehlabathebe. This is a photographer's paradise. As you can see, Michael's in heaven.
Waited just for this moment.
Yeah.
Just for this calm water, no breeze, perfect reflection, morning light. Just the perfect photography moment.
Tell us why. Oh,
Well,
because
look at that reflection, crystal clear, calm water. The sun coming up behind us, it's going to illuminate the subject. We're going to get this reflection. We can put our f-stop at like f16 or f22, take a long exposure on the tripod, capture this with precise detail.
so guys, if you're into photography and if you want like a group hike, like a photographer's one, let me know, and yeah, I can lead you guys here to take some cool pictures. So we actually, you can't really see, okay, maybe if I zoom in, we camped in there. There's a cool cave. It's seasonal though. If it's summertime, it's difficult to get in. Let me see where else we can get the reflections besides where we camped. Let's have a look. Wow, everywhere. There's reflections everywhere. Check. Even here. This is absolutely stunning. Can we get the devil's knuckle as a reflection? Wow, we do. So now I take my knuckles. I can actually see it's like a modern reflection like this. Wow. This is absolutely stunning, guys. Wow, subhanallah. It's so beautiful. Waiting to capture the sunrise. Check the reflection of the devil's knuckles on the Tarn. This is why it's worth camping here, and this is why it was so worthwhile. And we actually traversed across that, so we feel like we earned the view. There is an easier way without going past the devil's knuckles, but wow. Look at this, guys. Check the reflection out. It's so calm, the waters. Perfect weather conditions. No wind. Let me show you where we camped. There. a cave in there. This is beautiful. I want to put into perspective our hike. So yesterday, on day one, we hiked up to Thomathu Cave, spent the night. Then the second day, which was yesterday, we traversed across the Devil's Knuckles, which is in South Africa. Then we went all past 3 knuckles into Lesotho. What you see now, the reflection of the knuckles, is in a tarn. This is in Lesotho, but the knuckles itself is South Africa. Then on day 2, we spent our night in a cave hidden over there. And today, we're going to make a loop and we're going to head back via Tarn Pass, via Tarn Cave, back to our cars at Bushmans Nek. Highly recommend this hike, guys. You know, even though there is an easier way, like you don't need to traverse the knuckles to get here, I feel like when you do so, you earn it. Because when you look at this view, it's like I walked past every single knuckle. So book now, guys, book now. Select your own dates for a private group. You won't go wrong. We can watch the sunrise on the knuckles. In Sehlabathebe, it's very famous for its cool rock arches. As you can see, check all the lovely rock formations. It really feels like we're in another planet. In summer you'll see water over here. Just everywhere we look, there's this spectacular rock formation. Some have arches, some have caves, some have water, but they all have the beautiful view of the Devil's Knuckles. Wow. As you walk, there's always rock formations. Are you ready to be blown away? This is probably my favorite one from all of them. And you're about to find out why. This is why. You got the view of the 3 Bushmen, known as the Devil's Knuckles. And check it out, if I zoom out, it's so stunning. It just puts our hike into perspective because we walked past it. If you want to do a bit of a read up, you can read up on the 3 Bushmen. The 3 Bushmen, also known as the Devil's Knuckles, as seen through this rock arch, are in the South African part of the park. Behind the mountains is the famous Thomathu village homestays on the Lesotho side. So we are in the Lesotho side because we're at Sehlabathebe, but that's all the Drakensberg. And we walked from there to here, and now we're walking back via a different route. We're looping it. It's behind the scenes with Michael, our photographer, and his tripod, trying to get the perfect picture moment. Everyone's
10, 9, 6, 5,
Can you tell her while I listen?
2, 1.
10, 9.
Thank you. Thank you.
So here we are, South Africa to Lesotho, Lesotho to South Africa. Lorraine's currently in Lesotho. She has 1 foot
Wait, I'm in.
in South Africa. There you go. So I'm not sure if I said this in my video before, but most of the Drakensberg is actually in Lesotho because Lesotho is the highest, lowest country in the world. So when we climb the mountains, then once we're on top, the rest is all Lesotho and like the escarpment. How was your international hike?
Stunning.
Right.
Tough.
Right. Welcome to Tarn Cave. They call it Tarn Cave because you can see all the tarns on top of the cave. A lot of them are dry right now. But it's still a very beautiful cave because of the views of the Devil's Knuckles. It's a big overhang. You can sleep some people over here, maybe 2. Then you can sleep more over here. And I'll show you the biggest area for sleeping people would be, oh, here's a nice kitchen lounge. Biggest area would be in here. And you wake up to views of the Devil's Knuckles. So, what do you think about this cave over here?
Oh, beautiful views. Beautiful views. Best view.
Where was the best view today? Was it here or?
No, definitely the other cave.
Okay, oh yes, where we stayed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can't
I like the
say
mirror
I
at the
like
other
that one
cave.
better because it's just, they're all amazing.
Yeah, true.
All amazing.
Thank you. I just making up to this. You sleep here. And then you just wake up to the spectacular panoramic views with the devil's knuckles.
Remember when you were looking for water? We were right on the other side.
Wow. Check it out. Such a stunning hike. A summary, right? So we walked up behind there, spent day 1 maybe around there in a cave. Then on day 2, did the Knuckles traverse, dropped into Lesotho behind this cave, spent another night at a different cave, Irish cave, and then now we're making our way back down. So we stopped over here for breakfast number 2, and now we're gonna head back down a path there. So that's like a nice full circular loop. And yeah. Wow, check the snow out on the Knuckles. Day 3, and this is our third and last pass of the day. We're going to drop down now to Tarn Pass, stop at Cedric Pools for lunch. We just came down that's Tarn Pass. Highly recommend 2 sticks for any Drakensberg pass hike. Makes a world of difference. If you're used to hiking with 1 stick, buy yourself another. Do yourself a favor, do your knees a favor, especially if you wanna hike for longer. In the old age it's gonna help, but you need to protect your knees from now. Prevention's better than cure.
How was that? How was that?
Refreshing.
Will you do it again?
Our final and last stop at this beautiful pool. They call it Cedric Pools, and there's mountains in the background. If you are gonna jump from there. Jump feet first, not head. Okay, because it is a bit shallow. So jump. Even in winter, I managed to do it. Your feet will touch the ground, but the water will break your fall. But if you go head first, your head will also touch, and the water's not going to break it as much. Okay, cool. Where Michael is, that's officially where our loop ends. We went that way, and now we came back that way. Full circle. Well done, guys. To end off at the small cascade at Bushmans Nek. You can even take a shower under there. So a lot of people who don't know this area, well, most people, if they stay at Silver Stream or Bushmans Nek Hotel, they just take a walk and they come over here, which is on the tip of Bushmans Nek. They don't even explore it like how we do. The furthest they'll do is walk to Cedric Pools. That too, a lot of them don't end up finding it, and they turn back. So that's the benefit of having a guide. You can really explore all the hidden gems of this area and more. The South African border, as you can see, here's the fence. There's the border there. Almost